New signing for Red Star Belgrade today. Osman Bukari is the second player that Red Star has signed this summer. The first one was Kings Kangwa, who was presented, I believe, on Friday or Saturday. And at the press conference, Merkela was asked about Osman Bukari, and he said that he would be presented either on Sunday or Monday. Turns out it's Tuesday, so he's presented today. He comes in from Gent, a team that Red Star is familiar with, played them in the Europa League 2 years ago. Red Star beat them both times. Bukari did feature in those two ties. He featured in one for sure. I think he featured in both though. Comes with a hefty price tag. He was on loan at Nantes last season where he didn't play too much. But he comes with a hefty price tag. So he's one of two players that Red Star has spent 2 million euros on. So he's in that level of Osman Bukari, Filippo Falco, and I believe Mirko Ivanic was around 2 million as well. So the original thought was that he was going to sign for 3 years. Looks like it's a 4-year deal now, so until 2026, not 2025. And Red Star has had some luck with Ghanaian players. At least every single Ghanaian player that we've had, I've really liked. So Osman Bukari, who's one of my favorite foreign players in Red Star history. Mohamed Abalisak, for the Red Star fans who have been fans for 15 plus years. Abalisak was with Red Star during a difficult time. He played as a defensive mid. Personally, I liked him. He's probably my first or second favorite foreign player to play for Red Star. Secunda Castillo was my first favorite. Liadi, who was a center back. Red Star fans who remember, he actually played a net for I think 15 or 20 minutes. I can't remember if the goalkeeper got injured or if he was sent off. I think it was a cup tie. I can't remember who it was against. If you do, please let me know in the comments below. But I remember he went in net for 15, 20 minutes. And Ibrahim Frimpong, who was here not too long ago, we will always remember his performance against Krasnodar. He played exceptional. He got kind of thrown into the fire. I think Vujadin Savic had picked up cards and he wasn't able to play, suspended. So Abraham Frimpong stepped in, and again, very good player. Red Star fans always talk about his performance against Krasnodar there. So we have had some luck with Ghanaian players. Basically, Bukari adds to the right wing position. We have Nemanja Motika there currently. Ricardo Živkovic, Filippo Falco was there for brief spell as well. There have been misses at that position, to say the least, with Živkovic and Falco. Motika, jury's still out. He's with the U19s right now. He had an assist in the first match to actually Marko Lazetic, who was a Red Star player until he was sold to AC Milan in December, I believe it was. So there's a little connection there. And just to fill you guys in on what the guys are doing at the U19s, they actually tied 2-2 with Israel. I think Red Star have finally found a player who can use his speed to get at defenders to either score or to assist. We've kind of been screaming for a player who can use his speed for 3 or 4 seasons now. I guess since Nemanja Radonjic really left, we haven't found an answer to that position. Živkovic was supposed to come in and provide us with that. He hasn't. Nemanja Motika, although he's not the fastest player, he was supposed to come in and kind of take that position. He's played very little, so the jury's still out on him. Filippo Falco, like I said, he's essentially leaving Red Star. He's probably going to go to Serie B back to the Italian league. Wish him all the best. He just never really lived up to the hype. Basically, Bukari loves to get into open space. He uses his speed to beat defenders. He loves going one-on-one, but once the defender gets that help over from like either a center back or right midfield or whatever the case may be, he's always going to look for the open player. So he's not someone who's really that selfish where he's going to take on 2 or 3 guys at the same time. If he sees a one-on-one battle, he's going to attempt to do something. If there is a smarter pass, he's going to make it. Or if there's a smarter decision to be made, he's going to make it. Doesn't really like forcing that stuff. Very important, once you get that second guy to kind of help the defender, that you look for the open man who then has, an open field to kind of survey what he wants to do next. I think that's a very, very smart attribute to kind of have for an attacking player, to when you can kind of pull it back and kind of survey the field. He can play both wing positions, although he's predominantly a right winger. He can play behind a number 9. He can play as a number 9. I think he had a few matches where he was center forward. We'll see if Red Star uses him there. I don't think we will, unless we don't find an alternate center forward, or if, God forbid, there's injuries and we have to play essentially a false 9. Then I think maybe he could start there. But I don't think we're going to force him as a center forward. Like I said, we need the speed on the wings, and that's what he's there to provide. For 2 million euros, I expect him to jump into the lineup right away. I expect him to start. Listen, it's a large fee to pay for a player, and if you look back at the players that we have paid, upwards of 1.5 million, it hasn't really worked out. Like I mentioned, Filippo Falco, Mirko Ivanic has been a great purchase. Osman Bukari, I can't remember if it was his first stint or his second stint that we paid the 2 million for, but he was much better in his first stint with Red Star. That's not to say that he was bad or awful in his second stint, but he was much better in his first stint. So there's a lot of pressure here, and there's a lot of pressure on the people in upper management who are bringing in the players, because we've had some misses recently, and we need to get it right again, especially at that right wing position. I think we addressed what we needed there with speed and someone who can score goals and assists, because there's a lot of pressure on Mirko Ivanic and Alexander Kataj to kind of pull the entire team's weight when it comes to scoring and setting up goals. The center forwards have been good, but in the big matches they've been kind of absent, and I'm talking about Oki Omiwanfo and Milan Pavkov, which kind of raises the eyebrow. Like, why was Marko Lazetic sold? I get it, that's a large sum, but he showed the ability to can score in younger categories. He played really well when he got the chance to for the first team. So you kind of question that going forward, but that's done and dusted, and we've kind of moved forward. But yeah, hopefully something we need, something that folks should watch as the match progresses. His intensity kind of goes down a little bit. Bukari's that could be to a lot of things. He's a fast player, so maybe his conditioning needs to get up to a better level. Kind of like Radonic was the same way as well. Like by the 65th, 70th minute, he'd get very tired. And that's a characteristic that fast players have, taking on a lot of defenders, a lot of punishment, physicality. So that's just something to watch there. And like I said, if he can give us a solid 70, 75 minutes, we'll take that. There's guys who could come off the bench, like I mentioned, Nemanja Motika. Elfar Ben is still here, so he can give us some minutes off the bench as well. But all in all, I really hope this works out for Red Star. Like I said, we've had some misses the last few big transfers that we've kind of acquired. So hopefully this is a good signing for Red Star. I have to believe that it is. And going forward in terms of transfers, we'll see what happens. Rumors that Sonogo could possibly be leaving, or even Kanga. But there's also rumors that Sonogo could drop back into the back line if Red Star does decide to play 3 at the back, which honestly it looks like it could happen this season with Arakovic, Dragovic, and Sonogo, and that opens up a spot for Kings Kangwa in the midfield with Kanga and Bukari and all these players. So we'll see what happens. The search for a center forward is still on, as far as I know. Everyone's been tight-lipped about Oki's future, Pavko's future. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. All the best to Bukari, and hopefully he lives up to the hype for Red Star.